So, what is the most important characteristic of a new hire? Experience or talent? Which is it? Obviously, both are ideal, right? You want the experience, the comfort with having dealt with certain situations, haven't seen all sorts of scenarios, haven't just been embedded with it, have a certain comfort level with it. You also want at a certain level of talent, a sort of natural like gift or natural ease at dealing with certain things, right? Both of those are ideal. But, sometimes you have to, in your hires for your organization, just decide which ones you think are more important. I would say in a lot of instances, experience tends to win out, right? Because in a lot of ways, even talent lends itself to being a part of experience. Because how do you know that you're really really talented at something unless you've practiced at it at some level and you've noticed that you're really good at it, or you've noticed that so they tend to actually kind of go hand in hand to some degree. But it also depends on what it is you're trying to accomplish, right? So if what you're trying to accomplish is, you know, um, where you want someone that's tried and true and super comfortable and can deal with anything, can deal with certain things being thrown at them, real facile with dealing with certain sort of circumstances and people that come along with that role, then you kind of want to go with experience because you know that they'll be tough and they'll be able to manage the situation really well. In certain instances, you may want to look at talent. Say, for example, you want someone for a role in your organization that you want to mold, and you feel as if maybe if they come from having decades of experience in another organization or in other scenarios or whatever, that those with that sort of background that you've checked out somehow don't fit what you're looking for, or somehow don't fit where you're trying to take things. In those kinds of situations, you may want to look at people who seem to have a lot of talent for it but are not completely molded and set in a certain way yet, because you want to influence how they're being molded and how that's being set to go along. And that kind of situation, I would think that hiring someone with a certain level of talent and facile with something that doesn't have like a whole lot of experience necessarily in it, you may enjoy having that, because then they will look to you for a lot of that experience and will gain a lot of that through you. And this may be beneficial if you have an organization that you're growing over many decades and you want to structure it in a certain way that you have a vision for, that you think that somebody who's coming with a certain level of talent is the right person for you to have there and kind of to mold it in that kind of direction. So in that kind of situation, I can see how a person and an organization might, opt for somebody that they see as being, quite talented and facile with certain things, but not necessarily, um, having decades or so of experience in the area. So, um, yeah, those are the things to consider, to think about. Is again, what do you anticipate that the vision for, or the organization, or the vision for the setup, the cause is going to need, and what kind of motivations are you going to want the person to have in acting? Do you want them to have the motivation um, to really learn a lot, know every little thing from everybody, everything, or do you want them to have a preset vision more about the right thing in the right direction based on certain background that you've seen that they have that impresses you? So those are the kinds of things to take into consideration when you are choosing hires with different backgrounds for your organization.